life coaching lessons from Hollywood. Sort of, because Hollywood's just probably a 9-minute drive from here. It's interesting to see all the or interesting to see famous people when you come across them. I think the more famous people I meet, or the word celebrity, the more I see the hype. I see the wizard behind the curtain from The Wizard of Oz. These dudes and girls are just normal people with probably just with more consistency and their goals and in their pursuit. Because there are just some celebrities that are just like, what the hell is their skill? Isn't, they're just a pretty face. They're not something that's classical. And I think because so many people of us either choose to remain humble and not pursue this this thirst to be famous, or some of us are too scared to actually pursue it, and they don't want to write a screenplay or a TV show that's hard hitting, like Breaking Bad. That was awesome. I like that. That showed part of what the taboo part of Northern America is. I think it's wise to look at stuff like that and be like, there's a story I know that could be just as popular. Write it and get some local talent and make a YouTube series about it. Let the I remember watching a video where some guy was praising PewDiePie because of all the subscribers that he has. So I had to check this PewDiePie character out. I was like, interesting. Nothing that really grabbed my attention except for the fact that there's a lot of subscribers to that channel. And then you go to another channel like what is it? I think it's called The School of Life with Alain de Botton. And there's a lot of gems in there. You've got to play to your audience. At work, at school, at home. I think that there's a way that our natural habits, our natural manners are almost, they're almost tamed in a way in which we don't we don't express ourselves openly. I'm not saying farting and belching and yelling insults at people, but and we don't share our thoughts, our fears, our fears because we don't want to appear to be weak. Our thoughts because maybe we don't want to appear crazy. And our love, so we don't want to give the illusion that we're needy or clingy. There's so many emotions that many of us have. Everyone has, everyone. And I think some of these actors just simply tap into that, tap into what we all feel. But some of them can beautifully turn on the faucet and just let it all out. Others because it's a pretty face, it's like, oh my goodness, that's good. Because of who they knew or how they grew up. And I think a lot of them tell beautiful stories, but I think after the cameras are off, I just see them as actors, not doers. How many of these guys could actually survive in your environment? How many of them could, handle living the way you do? Imagine if you're out there picking agriculture, picking oranges, picking apples. How many of these guys would need water breaks? The police officers that have to go into an unpredictable scene of domestic violence, that they have to show up because that's their job. How many of these guys would be like, let me talk to my rep, to my union, to my agent, see if I could do that. That's not in my contract. So just realize that you're not an actor, you're a doer. Even if you're some kid that's just attempting to finish high school in a rough area, you know that today, you have to be just extra sharp, extra careful. There's always some guy out there that's gonna be willing to blow your brains out for wearing a blue rag or a red rag. So I just want to remind you to create. Because it isn't just if no one offers more stories than the guys that are just locked up in a little cubicle in some big movie studio, those are the only stories we're going to hear. And it isn't because of your race or your gender or your culture or what your last name is that your voice wasn't heard. It's because you chose not to share it. You didn't push harder to make sure that the story was told. Oh, who am I? I'm only one person. That sounds like a big thing. I'm trying to think which artist used to when newspapers were popular, he used to as a kid make comic books and sell them to the newspaper, and he'd be printed every week. You know, that's a kid, a fucking kid. You know, tell me that kid has more guts than you. He's got more brains. He's more privileged than you. I don't bite. Because someone said he can't do it. Who cares? Who cares? I almost want to rush through this piece and just fill it all in and make it flat, but because I know that it could I could still capitalize off of it, but why would I create a shortcut like that? No, I like my work being able to speak for itself. You know, will you decide to put in the hours? Will you remain dedicated to creating things that have your signature, that can be seen from a distance, that your paper, that can be seen without you even being there, that can be seen from just a quick glance. Do it. Create that stuff.